On February 18, 2024, Lyle Station Historic School and Museum climbs into the ring to recognize the greatest lightweight boxer of all time, Joe Gans, known as the Old Master because his boxing style was fundamentally flawless. Gans was the first African-American world boxing champion of the 20th century. He held the title of World Lightweight Champion from 1902 to 1908, going into the ring on 15 different occasions against 13 different boxers to defend that title. 80 years after his death, he was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Born in 1874, Gans began boxing the hard way, in the free-for-all brawls known as the Battle Royale. 1891 saw him boxing professionally in Baltimore, demonstrating a more scientific boxing style. While other boxers relied on brute strength and frenzied punching, Gans focused upon learning his opponent's strengths and weaknesses, utilizing his brain as well as his fist. Gans was quoted as stating, "The two most important words in my business are timing and distance." His agility and footwork allowed him to control the ring from the start of the match till the final count. Gans definitely favored brains over brawn, never weighing over 137 pounds, although he fought much heavier boxers. His ability to take on his larger opponents added to his mystique and led to his nickname of the Old Master, since he studied boxing as a science and not just as a sport. His boxing style played on his athleticism and speed, as his intent blows laid out his opponents. In Gans, the boxing world saw the consummate performance of stance, footwork, jabs, and blocking and counterpunching. Quick on his feet, he stalked his opponents and never wasted a punch. Reporters and fellow boxers praised Gans' expertise, with the Boston Globe praising him as one of the most wonderful fighters from a scientific view that the world has ever known. There is not a trick or point that he does not know. The San Francisco Chronicle stated, "There never was a fighter who could block with such skill and precision as Gans." His British contemporary, Bob Fitzsimmons, a three-time champion, labeled him as the cleverest fighter, big or little, that ever put on the gloves. And boxing great Sam Langford called him the finest boxer who had ever lived. Gans fought other pugilists in the ring, but battled racism in real life. He had to follow orders from his white managers. Those orders might include throwing a match that the managers had fixed. Financially, it meant that even though he won a match, that his white opponent and managers took home more money than he did. He often had to make weight while wearing his boxing gear or just minutes before the match. Fouls went unnoticed by the referees. Gans did legitimately lose a 1900 bout against Frank Erne due to an eye injury. Some critics of the time falsely argued that he quit because of the inferiority of the African race, but the truth was that his eye had been dislodged from the socket. Newspaper articles recorded the bout as involving a clash of heads. Gans' final boxing record list: 145 wins with 100 knockouts, 10 losses, 16 draws, 6 no contest, and 19 no decisions. Had he not followed his manager's orders, the wins would have been higher. The opponent that Gans could not defeat was tuberculosis. Over a year after his last match, he journeyed home to Baltimore to see his mother. Fans gathered at the train stops along the way to pay their respects to the 35-year-old man who never achieved the old part of Old Master. He died in his mother's arms, and his funeral was attended by thousands. Today, a bronze statue of Gans stands in Madison Square Garden, his left fist outstretched. It was previously located outside of the locker rooms, and boxers would bump the bronze fist for good luck. Gans wasn't just a boxing great. The pugilist served as an inspiration not just to boxers, but to African Americans at the turn of the century. As the first African American to win a World Boxing Championship, and the first taking home a lightweight boxing title in a time of racial segregation, Gans provided them with hope.